Next tonight, he's known as one of Britain's leading human rights lawyers. He's been associated with high-profile cases which have included the Guildford 4 and the Birmingham 6, and he's represented families of the Hillsborough victims. But away from the courtroom, Michael Mansfield QC and his partner have been grieving the loss of his daughter Anna, who took her own life. Well, today the couple were in Nottingham to launch a support group aimed at getting people to talk about suicide, a subject they say is all too often taboo.
Michael Mansfield QC, a colourful, confident, charismatic lawyer. His most difficult case, though, has been away from the courtroom, making sense of the death of his daughter Anna. She was 44. It was suicide.
I do think about her most days of the week. And in a sense, I feel guilty about that because I think more of her now than I did when she was alive. And of course, that makes it, in a sense, more difficult. But it also means it provides a stimulus for doing the initiative that we're doing together.
Michael and his partner Yvette have teamed up with the Nottingham Right Initiative. They want friends and family of those who've taken their own life to talk about it more.
It's taboo, you know. One of the things that we struggle with in society is to talk about death and dying and what it actually means, and the kinds of conditions, again, and circumstances, the context that people face that make people consider these things.
They're planning monthly support meetings and a big event in March at Nottingham's Albert Hall.
Forever, we don't know why exactly, because obviously we can't get into the mind of that person.
She went to work at a responsible job, and I think if you get a redundancy notice, which she did 3 weeks before she took her life, that's the thing that upsets the balance where you're trying to keep everything under control. And she left notes saying, effectively, she thought she'd failed her children. I mean, nobody agrees with that, but you know, that's where she placed herself.
They want to end what they still believe is a stigma around suicide.
The feedback we're getting from the SOS initiatives that we do is that people feel completely unburdened simply because they've spoken.
Well, Rob's with us here now. The couple do believe, don't they, that attitudes are changing towards this subject?
They very much do, Anne, and they're putting a lot of energy into this, and they point out, you know, it's not that long ago, just over 50 years, that suicide was actually a crime. It's hard to believe it these days, but people were sent to prison for attempting to end their own life. Now, this is very much on the government's radar. We heard earlier this month about their mental health strategy, and Jeremy Hunt, the Health Secretary, spelt out that suicide, preventing it, is a big challenge.
We have about 13 people who kill themselves every single day, tragically, and that is an enormous, unspeakable tragedy for them, but also for their families, for everyone who knows them. And we think we can do better. The rate is beginning to fall a bit, but we have a particular problem with men under the age of 50 for whom it is now the biggest cause of death.
Michael and Yvette very much trying to get people to talk about it. They're going to be back in Nottingham, as I mentioned in the report, in March. They've got a big event at the Albert Hall planned where they hope to talk around these issues. And just to say, the Samaritans are available for anyone who's been touched by the issues in the report. As always, you can ring them on this number. It's on screen now. It's 116123. There's also an email address. And the important thing is it's free from any phone, mobile or landline, and it won't show up on your bill either.
It's always good to talk to somebody, isn't it? Rob, thanks very much.
Thank you.